Well, I'm glad to have this chance to speak to you. I've been involved with Brand Japan for 15 years. I was on the first advisory board, and I've been on advisor ever since then. And each year I've written a commentary on the new data, and I've really enjoyed my association with Brand Japan, and I've enjoyed being able to look at each new database. I think that you really have to understand the value of Brand Japan. You have to understand the value of brands and branding. The concept that brand is an asset has really changed marketing. It's really changed business. It's emerging in company after company. And in the absence of an emphasis on brands, you're left with competing on the basis of attributes and price. And that's such a prescription for low margins and the absence of growth. You really need to understand the importance of brands and how to build brands and how to maintain brands. Brand Japan can help you do that. And first of all, it's an incredible database based on very sound methodology. Every year we evaluate 1,000 brands in Japan. And we do that from two perspectives. One is the consumer perspective, and the other is a manager perspective. We call the B2B database. So how do you use Brand Japan? Well, one way is to examine your brand's profile, not only by itself, but in comparison to other brands. And where are you strong? Where are you weak? And how does that compare to your brand vision, what you want your brand to stand for? So you can really evaluate your brand in a large context using Brand Japan. Second, the real strength of Brand Japan is that it's measured every year. So we can look at changes from year to year. We can look at brands that have rise and brands that have fallen, and we can ask why. And we can get a lot of insight on building brands and maintaining brands by doing that. And it all comes from the fact that we look at changes as well as how a brand is doing. A third thing we can do is we can focus in on a certain dimension. If our brand vision says that we want the brand to be friendly or high quality or something, we can look at that dimension. And again, we can look at what brands have increased, what brands have increased. Now we know almost all companies want to be sustainable, environmentally sustainable. But what we're saying is only a few companies get credit for it in the marketplace. So we now know who those are, and we can look at that. And we can do that for other dimensions as well. So anyway, again, I appreciate the opportunity to be connected with Brand Japan. I'm very proud of that association, and congratulations on 15 years of keeping it going. As a practical matter, I would look at the silo problem, because in Japan, the product silos and the country silos and the functional silos, advertising versus digital versus event promotion, all those silos get in the way. And I wrote a book called Spanning Silos that's translated in Japanese, but the basic message there is to try to replace isolation and competition with cooperation and communication. So anything you can do to bring people together, form cross-silo teams, maybe around promotions, maybe around innovation, maybe around some customer insight segment, but anything you can do to foster communication and coordination will help you in brand building.